Okay, we're going to start by creating some holes. And then we're going to create what's called a cross-section view. And finally, we're going to create some notations to show the holes. So I'm going to click on the plus sign and create a new part studio. Okay, I'm going to create my new part studio on the top plane. So I'll go to view normal. And I'm going to create a rectangle. Let's make it, let's see, I'm going to dimension it. Let's make it 4 by, I don't know, let's make it like 2, okay? And I'm going to then extrude that. And let's extrude it 3 inches. Okay, I'm going to place a sketch on the top view. And on that sketch, I'm going to create some points. So I'm going to create a point, and I'm just going to zoom in and create a point here. And then if I start from there and move over, I can create another point and another point and another point and hit escape. So I have all of my points created now. I can do some dimensioning to get them centered, but the most important thing is that they're in a line here. So let's save that sketch. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our holes. So we'll use the hole tool. So using the hole tool, I'm going to click on the point that I want, and I'm going to choose the type of hole. So let's start the first one simple. We're going to make it a drilled hole. It's going to have a diameter of 0.25. It's going to go through, and I'm going to hit the green check mark, and you'll see I have a hole that goes all the way through. If I wanted to modify that, I could double click it. I could come in, and if I didn't want it to go all the way through, let's make it a blind hole, and let's make it go through. Well, let's try 0.75. Let's see what that does. 0.75 and click on. Okay, and you'll notice now I have a hole. Okay, I'm not sure why that hole, oh, there we go. So it did not go all the way through, it just had a reflection. Okay, so let's go back to our isometric view. Okay, I'm going to turn off my planes because they're in the way by clicking on the P. And I'm going to go back to my top view, and I'm going to find that second dot, okay, so by turning on the sketch. So when I click on this second dot, I'm going to create a hole, and this time you're going to create either a counter bore or a countersink. Let's just take a quick look at counter bore. It's going to be 1/4 of an inch. You choose the dimensions for the rest of it, okay? And I'm going to click on here. Notice my notation shows up here, and to go in and modify, I can. Let's change this one though, the second one, and let's make this be a through. Okay, so a counter bore that goes all the way through with 1/4 of an inch diameter. The counter bore itself has a 3/8 of an inch diameter, and the counter bore is 1/4 of an inch. Let's click on the green check mark, and it should go all the way through, which it does. Okay, so now that we have that, we haven't explored drawing yet, and we will be using it extensively, but we're going to click on plus create drawing. Things are going to pop up here. Don't worry about them yet. Click on no views. Whatever you choose from the rest is fine. Click on OK, and you will be brought into a drawing file. Okay, so my drawing is called Drawing 3. Now, what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to find that drawing that I created in my Part Studio 2. So realistically, I should rename that to something that I could find easily. So I'm going to go to Part Studio 2. I'm going to click on the part, and then I'm going to click on it. And that's not the view I want. So I'm going to click on it again. Oh, look, here's my top view. This is my front view. If I click on my front view and I click to the right, I will get my isometric. So hit the escape to get out of here. We don't need this view for this particular drawing, so delete it. And then we're going to double click on this one, and we're going to change the size of it to a scale of 1 to 1 so that it's larger. Okay, hit the escape, hit the green check mark when you do that. So let's do 1 to 1. Okay, and I'm just going to move that down a little. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a cross section so that we can kind of slice this block in half at the holes and see what it looks like from the inside. So to do that, we're going to come up into our toolbar and we're going to choose section view. I'm going to zoom in. Notice my section view is in the wrong direction, so I'm going to change it to horizontal. And then I'm going to choose the center of one of my holes. Okay, when I do that, all I need to do is pull my mouse down, and I'm going to get, when I click, a section view that looks something like this. Okay, I might have to come in and rescale that because the scale might be a little bit too big. But now I can see what it looks like from the top, and then I can see what it looks like if I were to slice it. Okay, now that I have that, we have to do some notations. So to do notations, and I'm going to teach you how to do your multi-view very soon, because this is starting to look like a multi-view, we're going to do some hole notations. So to do notations, we're going to click on the A. We're going to click on the outside of one of the circles, and notice we get a leader line. We're going to click, and note comes up. So now we have to define what this hole is. Okay, we know that this is a hole, so we're going to choose the diameter symbol. Okay, and we know that our diameter is 0.25. And I'm going to hit 0.25. Okay, so I know that that is a simple hole. And it was originally a through hole, so I could type in through, and that would show me the notation. Okay, now we know that for that notation, we change that to not be a through hole. So we're going to come in and we're going to, let's do the 0.25. We're going to get rid of the through. And instead, we're going to make this be a hole that has a depth of 0.75. And I could put 0.75 as well. Okay, when I click on the green check mark, I have my notation. Okay, I can click on that and I can make my notation wider if I would like. Normally, we'd like to see diameter and depth of the diameter here. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, so notation. Okay, it is a hole. Okay, space 0.25. We know that it has a depth, so we can come back to our part studio. We can see, oh, this one was a through hole. It has a 0.375. So let's just open this up as a 0.375 and a 0.25. So coming back to our drawing, okay, it is a through hole, so we can type in through right here in caps. I'm going to hit the enter key because on the second line, I'm going to say that this is a counter bore. Okay, the counter bore diameter. So I have a counter bore and it has a diameter. We said that diameter was 0.375, and we said that the depth of that counter bore was let's say 0.25. Okay, and hit the green check mark. Okay, and what I would like you to do is I would like you to create 4 different holes. You're going to create definitely a simple hole, you're going to create a counter bore, and you're going to create a countersink. One of them needs to be a through hole. The rest of them need to have depths. I'm going to ask you to create your part studio. I'm going to ask you to create your section view. And then I'm going to ask you to annotate your hole notations. When you have your annotation complete, you are going to take a screenshot of this, just the parts that's important. You don't have to get the header at the bottom, but take the screenshot of the important part and you're going to put it into the assignment. So that's your assignment for today. I hope you learn a lot about holes, and we will pick up next time.